Hit it yet. There we are.
Let us see. Hi, Texas. Oh, nice. Looks like we're live. Oh, hide the stream key. Don't stream the. Oh, never mind. It's hidden by default.
Whoops.
it's hidden by default. You're good.
All right.
All right. We'll hop in here in VC2. You can tell us when you use light theme Discord. Are you in? That's kind of a different.
Whoa.
I didn't know their light theme Discord existed. What the fuck is this?
I
Okay,
Literally an
use
eye
all white themed everything. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to
But
tell you.
you're
Ew.
literally an eye doctor.
Yeah, and the white light is just fine on the eyes. It's not a problem.
Oh my gosh, that's fake news. Okay, well, let us know when you want us to start.
Okay.
Until then,
I'll do a
alright,
quick
thanks for casting. You're good.
of course, of course. I'll do a quick intro and then I'll jump in.
Alright, we'll flip coins instead. See ya.
All right, peace.
Like that scene in Mulan. It's like now everyone knows you. Now all of China knows you use light theme Discord.
Yeah. Alright, let's hop in VC2, Hal.
Good luck, guys.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
All right, so I want to see if we can get Seth's thing ready to go here. Let me confirm. Ah, yes, it's gonna be okay. So I think we're ready to go here. I'm gonna open up Michael and Hal's deck lists. This is about to be quite the heater of a game, at least that's the goal. These guys have worked hard, each 5-1 records or something like that. Maybe that was from last season, but these guys are both working hard. They're both excellent players. They consistently get to the top of these matches, so you can already tell that there's clearly some, you know, experience coming into play here. Hal being a judge often before, Michael being the creator of the cube in the first place. So this is serious business, and both of these guys are not strangers to the finals match. So let me pull up these guys' deck lists very quickly, and then we'll just hop right in. Michael's Avengers Assemble versus It's Electric Boogie Woogie Woogie for Hal. All right, so and we're going to go deck visual here. Perfect, perfect. So we've got these here. Let's go ahead and jump in. I'll let these guys know that they can start. Good luck. So here we are. Game one. We've got Michael on the bottom half of the screen, Hal on the top half. There's a couple of big things going on with each deck here. We'll start with Hal as they are taking their first move here. Their deck is fast. It looks like they have some big heavy hitters later in the game because we do have some GXs here. We've got like Raichu GX, Pachirisu. They've got options here, especially with two Dynamotor users. So Electric Dynamotor, Flaffy Dynamotor. They have the ability to get energy into play pretty quickly and start progressing their game plan, which in the end game, I would love to see a dual brain Magnezone. You're seeing this card here. Let me see if I can open it up in a different tab. This card is ridiculous. It says during your next turn, or during your turn, you may play two supporter cards, period. I mean, that's just alpha. It's so much power, a lot of swings that you can make with a card like Dual Brain Magnezone. In addition, we just have efficient attackers, Jolteon EX, Jolteon V Max, or Jolteon GX, I correct. things like that. Ampharos Disruption in the Darkest Impulse. As long as Dark Ampharos is in play, whenever your opponent plays an evolution card into his or her hand, they can to evolve one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. And in this format, where we're doing Mutant Draft, you're going to be evolving things left and right. That's the goal, right? A ton of evolution, at least usually. And you can evolve them into anything. That's where a lot of the fun, a lot of the craziness comes. And if Hal can shut that down a little bit, that could be a boon in their favor. If we're taking a look at mine, we'll come back to Hal's deck and game plan as the game progresses here, as they continue. Their hand is full of Pokemon. They do have a Sprint Zebstrika, which is absolutely huge for getting the ball rolling, but it does mean you have to discard your hand to draw 4, so that might be what they go for next round. They have 1 energy attachment. They have a special delivery Pikachu with a cute little hat, giving out a cute little notebook in the active spot. If we're jumping over to Michael and his deck list here, things are very different for Michael here. He is a lot more focused on one thing, and that's Life-Splosion Cradily. Life-Splosion Cradily as an attack here. For each energy attached to this Pokemon, search your deck for a Stage 2 Pokemon and put it onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterward. So if you had 3 energy attached to this Cradily, you use that attack. That's 3 Stage 2s from the deck directly onto the bench. No need to evolve, no need to do anything. That's amazing. So Michael has a myriad of Stage 2s that are absolutely busted when it comes to their abilities. We'll go over them as we see them here during the match. But the goal, I think, for Michael is to get that attack off as soon as humanly possible. As we see in the game, he's actually already went ahead and jumped in, searched out the Cradily. He goes for the evolution here. He ideally just wants more than 1 energy, though. He wants as many energy as possible attached to this Cradily. Oh, it looks like yeah, so this is the right move by him. He looks like he's taking back that evolution. He wants to use Celebi's ability first, Forest Breath, to attach a grass energy from the hand to the Celebi. So at this point, he can attach that grass energy, play the triple acceleration energy, which is a one-time use, then get discarded at the end of the turn energy. That's 4 energy attached to Cradily, right? So they're going to Marnie, and they're going to, refresh the hand and stuff, but it is the dream turn 1. I'm sorry, turn 2, technically. No, this is... No, it is turn 2. It is turn 2. This is the dream. This is the dream for Michael. They have Life-Splosion ready to go. 4 energy attached. When they use this attack, the game is just blown wide open. If we're getting predictions thrown out, because I'm taking a look at this deck list, and I would like to know which 4 Stage 2s he's going to put. Is he going to completely fill the bench? I don't think so. Incineroar? Absolutely. Your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your Pokemon's active Pokemon, period. Just extra damage. It's always active. It doesn't need to be in the active for that damage to go through. Rillaboom is in there. Voltage Beat. You can use it once a turn to attach 2 grass energies to one of your Pokemon. Insane. That's so much acceleration, and it's every single turn. Reuniclus is a cool one. As often as you like during your turn, you can move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. So it's a way to sort of keep your high priority Pokemon safe, mitigating some of those damage, the incremental damage counters especially. And then last but certainly not least, the Pidgeot, the Quick Search, one of the most busted abilities ever printed. Once during your turn, you may choose any 1 card from your deck, put it into your hand, and then that's it. Just once a turn, any card. Michael is absolutely poised to blow this game out of the water. They have everything they need here in terms of setup. At this point, it's just going to come down to selecting an attacker, building them up with Rillaboom, and getting any of the pieces that they need to set up that set attacker with the Quick Search Pidgeot. So Michael is in an excellent spot. This is what his deck was built to do. And you do love seeing it come to fruition. We're inside the mind of a master deck builder in this very moment. It's very cool to see how insane Michael ended up making this mutant draft list. He has a ton of Stage 2 Pokemon here with no basics or Stage 1s to speak of. The Reuniclus is the only psychic Pokemon in the list. The Fire Incineroar, the only fire Pokemon in the list, yet he gets that out consistently with the Life Explosion. So, really cool to see this happen. If this doesn't happen, I think Michael's game plans are very, very much thwarted. I think the power and the sort of what's the word? Mm, drive. When it shifts, it shifts. Hal is in a much better position if that happens to be the case. If we get to the point where Michael can't set up, for example, and we might see that in game two, we'll have to see. That's when things can go downhill quickly. Hal's efficient attackers can get online. They can start pushing through their deck with things like sprint, dynamotors, and things like that. There are options for Hal if we're able to sort of slow down Michael. This game, it's not the case. Michael is, set up here. But, of course, Hal is not going to go out without a fight here. We have Manectric here. This Manectric is a bench barrier Manectric, so no damage done to the bench while this is in play. This first attack for just a single lightning can do 30 damage to anything with an ability, which is 4 Pokemon on Michael's bench here. That could be pretty big. You can also use Attract Current, 40 damage, search your deck for a lightning card, attach it to one of your Pokemon. So we got a little acceleration here as well. Manectra has 90 HP too, so again, we're in a pretty good spot. It's not like Cradily can knock it out. Rillaboom itself needs 4 energy to attack, so the danger is not super there. We do see an evolution to Luxray. This card is strong. Rapid Strike, Luxray. It does with 2 energy, 100 damage, or if the opposing Pokemon has any damage counters on it, 200 damage. Hal takes the first knockout of the set, takes out Cradily with that Scar Strikes attack, which is pretty intense, pretty cool. So certainly drawing first blood here, going ahead on the prize trade is huge. Hal was able to sort of get out of a dead hand with the Shaman. We're in an excellent spot now. They have the Stellar Guidance Jirachi EX and a Versus Seeker, as well as this cool double rainbow energy to make things happen next turn as well. So Michael got knocked out. They of course promote the free retreat Pidgeot. That thing, you're going to see that thing come into the active spot pretty much every single time after a knockout. Always want to promote your free retreat Mons because you can always retreat them into the attackers later down the line. With the freed up bench slot, Michael has now been able to play Lapras from hand once during turn. During your turn, when you put Lapras onto your bench from your hand, you may search your deck for a supporter card, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. This is huge. Michael's able to search for whatever supporter card he needs to continue progressing his game plan. I think he's going to be looking to evolve that Chikorita maybe into a stage 1 attacker, though there's no real... The only stage 1 attacker I'm seeing in the list off jump is Shiftry. It has some pretty cool attacks, something that can do 120 damage if you have the same amount of cards in each person's hand. Still not enough to knock out Luxray though, and it only has 140 HP, but that would live one of the Scar Strikes. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what Michael goes for here. He is going to Gladion, or he at least searched out the Gladion with the support navigation. We'll have to see what he finds off the prizes here. I'm going to take a quick sip for water. No co-host during this first match here, or I think the rest as well, but it's just going to be me, Ian, being your host here. I know we didn't really get a little bit of time to do a true introduction to this, and that's totally fine. First time streaming using all this setup, so it's all new to me for sure, but it seems to be going well. Of course, I don't know that for sure. But yeah, I guess we'll have to check it out in post. Got some nice New York tap water with a little bit of flavored like Mio juice. I think it's an off-brand version, but that stuff that you can like put in a water bottle. I use it too much probably, but it makes all my water taste like juice, which is awesome. So what are we seeing here? Looks like it's still Michael's turn here. They were doing the Gladion. They went ahead and shuffled the prizes. They're looking for a card in the deck now. I guess we'll see what it is. Nice. It's the quick search that we're doing there. Excellent. They've used quick search to go ahead and bring up Melodic. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may put a card from your discard pile into your hand. Incredible use of that Sparkling Ripples attack. What could he get back from the discard? Well, he's got options. Marnie, Steven's Resolve, the triple acceleration energy to get a big attack off. We had the Voltage Beat onto the Rillaboom, and the retreat from the Pidgeot. Of course, we cannot be letting Pidgeot go here. It's the most important part of the engine. Oh my gosh. We've got the double rainbow energy attachment here to the Incineroar. It does 90 damage, but that's it. You'll have to discard the energy. 90 plus 30, I should add, of course, with this strong cheer. So for a total of 120 damage, a nice little hit there. Actually, it's going to do 10 less, so 110 because of that double rainbow energies drawback. 110 damage onto the Luxray. It's quite a turn from Michael because he gets to continue to build up an attacker in this. It looks like Rillaboom is the choice for attacker here. Sacrificing Incineroar a little bit, but at the same time, Incineroar is pretty bulky with 160 HP, so I don't know if it's actually going to get knocked out here. Howl's turn. They go for the Volkner first. They went ahead and grabbed the item card. Oh no, they used the Versus Seeker, I believe. Yes, to pull out the Volkner from discard, use the Volkner. They grabbed... No, they didn't. They did grab the Versus Seeker from the deck. Okay, confirmed. We've got a Lightning Energy as well as an item card there. So let's see where they take this. I like this Stunfisk a lot. It needs a Fighting Energy, but it does do 60 damage for 1 energy if the opponent has more HP than Stunfisk. And look at the card art. Just adorable. Stunfisk is not supposed to be cute, but it is on this one right here. I don't know if it's going to come into play. We don't see any Fighting Energy. I would reckon it's a no. So let's see about this. 110 damage on the Luxray, 40 HP left here. Don't really have any evolutions online here, right? We just have the Stellar Guidance, Jirachi, and the basic Stunfisk. $100 damage seems to be the max output of damage here possible with Scar Strikes. I don't see any way for how to get another damage counter on this Incineroar or on any of these other ones for that matter. Looks like we're going over what was just done here. Or indeed, now the Volkner is being used after using the Versus Seeker to grab it from the discard. That may be the order of events here, sort of just making sure that things are clear between the players. Of course, we don't have that ability to listen in on these guys to see what their thoughts are exactly, but this action log should be enough. Ooh, of course, of course. Hal has this incredibly powerful ace spec item card in their deck. One of the best cards in the game. Some would say the best card in the game. Search your deck for any one card after discarding 2 cards. This is excellent. They're able to grab what they need here. They're discarding Field Blower and the Lightning Energy. I can imagine we need to go for another attacker. Okay, here we are. Jolteon GX. Huge. 200 HP Behemoth. They've got 3 attacks. One does just 110 straight up for Head Bolt. They also have Swift Run, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. That GX attack might come out here. I'm not sure. There's no way to knock out the Incineroar still, so we're certainly not out of the woods. The Jolteon GX only has 200 HP, so they have 90 HP remaining. We get an attachment to the Rotom to set this up for the future. We have a N in hand, essentially a Rockets admin in hand to shuffle things up next turn as well. And we went ahead and hit the Incineroar for 110, which is completely fair. Now it's Michael's turn though, and while he did top deck a boss, which is an excellent top deck, I think the priority is still probably to knock out this Jolteon as soon as humanly possible. We may see, I think at this point the difficulty would be getting Incineroar out of the active into the attacker so that we can knock out the Jolteon. However, as we see in the hand, we do have the switch. So Michael has options here. It'll be interesting to see sort of what he decides, especially because he can get any one additional card with the Pidgeot, the quick search. I wonder if the damage swap is also going to come into play. Well, we will also have to see about that. You know, it's only a 1 damage transfer each turn, but oh no. No, it is not. As often as you like during your turn, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. This is way, way better than I thought early on. Michael has the ability to take all damage counters away from one of his Pokemon and put it on something else. It's so the freedom is actually much, much more than I was originally anticipating. Um, wow. We'll see how they use that. Right now they haven't used it. We just went ahead and voltage beat it to the melodic. We've got 2 grass energy now on the melodic, and now we go for the quick search. I would like to know how many grass energy Michael plays. I'm reading 9. 9 grass, the double rainbow, a single rainbow, those are both on the hand, and then the 1 triple acceleration, which we have since discarded. Okay, okay. 5 energy used. Still 2 more full voltage beats available later down the line, but it might be at this point. Yep, we do see the evolution. Michael's going for the Vileplume GX. It can heal damage from your Pokemon at an incredibly rapid rate using this Fragrant Flower Garden. Oh my god, is there a way for him to just move the damage counters around so that there's 30 on every one of his Pokemon and then just use Fragrant Flower Garden? I think there absolutely is a way to do that. Bonkers. I've never seen this combo in my life, but it is busted. This is going to heal any non one-hit KO attack from Howl every turn. Howl needs to be taking knockouts, one-hit KOs at this point, honestly, or else we're never going to get anywhere. Michael's just going to always heal up the damage. Look at that. They spread the damage, they use the ability, gone. Wow, it's like the attack never happened. In addition to that crazy healing, 240 HP, 180 damaging attack. However, it does do 10 less for each damage counter on that particular Pokemon on Vileplume GX. Okay, we see the boss, the Shaman, for the quick KO. Incineroar does do enough damage to knock out Shaman. Incineroar is doing 120 with the Strong Cheer ability, which is more than enough to knock out 110 Shaman EX. Wow, just like that, Michael has now taken the lead, taking 2 prizes. It is sitting at 4 prizes to House 5. Hal takes the wheel here. Jolteon lived to see another day, but I wonder what we can kind of get cooking here. Energy off the top. We see it attached to Stunfisk, which of course in this mutant format can evolve into any stage 1 that is electric. We don't, it indeed can evolve in this format, so attaching the lightning here, even though the 1 attack is a fighting energy only, does make perfect sense. We do have the Stellar Guidance. Hal could go for this Stellar Guidance to look for a different supporter and try to make something happen. They do have AZ and Acerola in the deck, both of these cards, AZ and Acerola, would potentially get Howl out of dodge, saving the Jolteon GX and allowing them to replay the components to evolve the Pokemon on the bench. That might be what we're looking at here. Could also be Pokemon Center Lady or the evolution of Jolteon V Max, which I think is the sort of absolute goal here. We do see the boss. Are we trying to buy time? Maybe. Let's see what they are bossing up. It is the Vileplume. Trying to get damage on the Vileplume here. The tough part is that we can't really do damage to the Vileplume without it healing it up the next turn, right? I guess we'll have to see what this plan is. Oh, looks like it was a little bit of a fake out. We have not pulled up the Vileplume. Incineroar is still in the active. Here comes the Jirachi. Here comes the Stellar Guidance. Here comes the boss. Bossing up Pidgeot. Which I think is the move here. Take out that quick search ability. That would be massive. Great. They do it. So Pidgeot is down, taking a prize. Off the prizes, huge pickup. Uxie, setup ability. Once during your turn, when you put Uxie from your hand into the bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. Incredibly power setup ability that will allow Hal to sort of get a larger hand size. Because right now the hand is pretty small. We're running low on resources. This is big. This is big for Hal. Big knockout. We're tied 4-4. Jumping over to Michael's side, they're starting things off with the Ultra Ball. Can discard Gladian and Purugly. Staying true to its name, looks pretty ugly in this card art. We're searching out Inteleon. Yes, oof. Can evolve that straight onto the Melodic. Now Inteleon, who has a colorless attack cost, I might add, 70 damage, can start using quick shooting every single turn, putting 2 damage counters on any one of the opponent's Pokemon. Vulpix from hand. 2 damage counters are going on to Rotom. Nabbing some quick KOs with the quick shooting could be a big win condition here if the prize trade continues. Okay. Michael has announced the attack. They're taking out the Jolteon EX. This is huge. We have the promotion of the Stunfisk. It's not looking great here because it's been two prizers knocked out on Howl's side. So 4 prizes taken for Michael. We are 1 boss away from knocking out this Jirachi EX and taking the game. Amazing. We've evolved into the Zebstrika. It still has the 2 damage counters on it, but now we have the ability Sprint. Once during your turn, you can discard your hand, then just draw 4 cards. First, though, it looks like Hal's going to go for the Rocket Admin. Each player shuffles his or her hand into their deck, then each player counts his or her prize cards left and draws up to that many cards. So Hal will be drawing 4, Michael will only be drawing 2. This is a huge comeback mechanic here. We have the Rescue Scarf for getting this card back, actually, as well. We've kind of just dumped the hand. Throw the Rescue Scarf on the Zebstrika, attach the energy there as well, because we want to sprint and not lose out on these resources here. Okay, we've got some pretty big hits here, because we have Pachirisu, which can accelerate energy to itself, and then we can kind of just start, get things going with this Raichu into the Raichu GX. Raichu GX, though, gonna have to evolve from a stage 2 electric Pokemon, so cannot evolve from Pikachu or from Raichu. Needs to be evolved from a stage 2. We do have the Pikachu hitting the bench as well. The board state still looking grim. If if we take a look at Michael's side of the field, he doesn't have quick search available, right? So from a board state situation, he doesn't have many ways out of this out of that Rocket's admin. But he did draw into the Castaway. Search your deck for a supporter card and a tool card and a basic energy. So, oh, and it looks like that is the scoop. That's going to be game one. It looks like Michael takes it here. They had the tools they needed to, get the life explosion off early, and that was really all that needed to be done for the game to conclude there. The Jolteon EX was putting in some massive work as well, but it wasn't able to convert there at the end of the day. Okay, looks like we're hopping into game two. Let me let these guys know here that we're going to be doing a little bit of a break.
Oh, forgot there's an ad, isn't there?
Hello.
Or not an ad. An ad is a bad name.
Yes,
Trivia?
there's some trivia. Seth has provided a little bit of trivia. It's going to be exactly 4 minutes, I was told.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go tune in and watch it.
Sounds good. All right, I'll play this, and then I'll let you guys know when to start the next one.
Oh, and John reminds us the rules have been so long. Our boss's orders should have gone to the lost.
Ooh,
It's been so long since we played with these.
John with an excellent call. Yep,
Yeah.
that's on us, honestly. Okay.
Alright, I gotta go tune in to see this.
Yes.
I
Let
don't
me
see
play
it
this.
Oh, okay, so you haven't played it yet.
Yep, not yet, not yet. But here it comes. This will be my first watch of it as well, so I'm kind of hyped.
And welcome to Season
Here we go.
5 of the Pokemon Draft. We may have some familiar faces, but the cards you may or may not see are not as familiar, as we did do a mutant draft, which means a lot more chaos could ensue. So please stay tuned and sit tight. We're going to have a bit of a
should be.
briefer trivia as the seasons go on, but it is going to be very TCG related. So let's get started. Question 1. What Pokemon TCG set releases in the US next? Is it A, Steam Siege, B, Lost Origin, or C, Fusion Strike? And the correct answer is B, Lost Origin, which releases September 9th.
Hyped.
Question 2. What is the max number of Pokemon you can have on your bench with Skyfield? Is it A, 10, B, 6, or C, 8?
He really does. He's a Steam Siege stan.
And the correct answer is C, 8. Question 3. Which of the following is not true about triple acceleration energy? A. It's used only on evolutions. B. It's sent to the Lost Zone at the end of your turn. Or C. It provides 3 colorless energy. And the correct answer is B. It is actually sent to your discard, not the Lost Zone.
We've got John, I think, might have been helping. with
Question
this next
4.
one.
How many energy can you search your deck for with Professor's Letter if used your first turn?
Did.
A. 2. B. 3. C. 1. And the correct answer is A. 2. It is a trick question. No matter when you use Professor's Letter, you're always going to be able to get 2 energy. Question 5. True or false? Fighting Fury Belt adds plus 10 hit points and 40 attack damage.
I'm loving the classic GBA music.
And the correct answer is false. It adds 40 hit points and adds 10 attack damage. Question 6. Which of the base set cards has an error in the hit points print? A. Voltorb, B. Pikachu, or C. Vulpix? And the correct answer is C. Vulpix. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at that in just a second. As you can see in the top right, HP 50, when typically on a Pokemon card it'll say the hit points, then the letters HP. And that's it for our halftime trivia show. We may or may not be coming back for a special 1-minute video here soon, but that just all depends on who wins and who may or may not dominate in the paint.
That was a joy to behold.
That was fun. Thanks,
Thanks, Seth.
viewership stats.
Yeah, look at the...
Actually happened.
John was absolutely crushing it. Almost got... Yeah, John can't be stopped. He's crushing it. Okay, yeah. You guys are free to start whenever.
Alright, well, how about the one?
Good luck. I can move for you.
Okay.
And we're back. Ready to go for game number 2. Honestly, selfishly, I'm hoping for a game 3. So I'm hoping that we are able to see that last game, or the next game, happen as well, because I want to see what Seth has in store for that halftime show, for that 1-minute halftime show. However, at this stage, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hal takes the lead here. I'm sorry, takes the off the starting blocks, takes the first move, throws the first punch. We have an attachment and a pass. In the hand, we're looking like we don't have much going on, so it's a little bit of a yikes situation. May have to just use entertainment, search the deck for basics next turn. Jumping over to Michael's side, they're starting with an interesting one, Kecleon. Able to be every single type. It is every single type of Pokemon, so its attack can do huge damage for weakness. And it, just needs colorless energy, so it's not a problem for it to get powered up by the voltage beat on Rillaboom. Starting off with the dual ball, testing the luck here on the coin flips. We'll have to take a look at those flips. Looks like it was just a 1, maybe. They're taking a look for a Pokemon. Great, it's propagation, execute, an excellent call. No pun intended. And we have the ball guy, incredible addition in Michael's deck. He has 2 ball guys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Pokeball cards. So it's absolutely busted. He gets to pick any 3 ball-related item cards, put them into his hand with ball guy. An incredible starting supporter card on this first turn of the game, going second. This is an excellent start for him. We've got netball, timer ball, and another dual ball. Dive ball was already in hand. Ultra ball was already in hand. We are going to see pretty much a fully stacked... No, I would say a fully stacked bench, but if you guys recall that game 1, Michael does have a very specific plan in mind, and it doesn't usually include evolving up from basics. I do expect to see a water basic Pokemon be played here. And I know that last game we saw Lapras, but it might be Alolan Vulpix this time. I think that Michael does want to build up to that quick shooting Inteleon or the Greninja manually. We do see the dive ball here. Celebi was played, which is a great one. We can start accelerating energy in as soon as this very first turn of the game, which is incredible. And in that energy acceleration, we can get Life-Splosion Cradily into that active spot and using the attack as soon as humanly possible. The prediction is correct. We do see Alolan Vulpix hit the deck here as well. I don't think it'll be used with that beacon free attack to get 2 benched Pokemon from the deck. Again, not part of Michael's strategy in this deck. We see a attach to the Kecleon in hopes that we can get Kecleon ready to retreat, I think, next turn. And there it is, there's the pass. So Hal begins their turn, drawing into more just high evolution Pokemon. This is a rough go from Hal. Yeah, they only have this ancient technical machine, which does devolve or take the highest stage evolution card from Pokemon, put them back into their hand. I don't think that works at all with the Life Explosion mechanic, so this may be pretty much a dead card in Hal's hand, but we'll have to wait and see. We do just see the Entertainment attack, searching the tech for 2 basic Pokemon, putting them onto the bench. We need to get some action going here for Hal. We do see the Rotom and the Pikachu special delivery once again. Okay. Quick turn there, just getting the setup going. Unfortunately, we don't have more draw support in the hand here to start things off. Jumping over to Michael. We've drawn the Celios network. You can search your deck for a basic Pokemon or an evolution card. Show it to your opponent, put it in your hand. Good for searching out any one single Pokemon, but it's definitely not needed in this case. We're going to try to Timer Ball for the 2 that we need. We do see a Tails, and then another Tails. Unfortunate from Michael, but sometimes that's just what Lady Luck has in mind. So no evolution, no Life Explosion, no Azumarill or Melodic off of that one. But Michael's taking fate into his own hands by using Ultra Ball, not dealing with any coin flips. We are going to see the Life Explosion Cradily here. I would bet my... Well, yeah, I'd pretty much bet my life on it. The only unfortunate thing, though, is that we certainly will not be seeing any insane triple acceleration energy play from Michael. We're not going to see 4 stage 2s hit the bench or anything insane like that. Max energies that we can get on here is just 2 at the moment. We do see the Cradily hit the deck. Kecleon, of course, has the added benefit of, in this mutant draft, being able to evolve into literally any Pokemon that is a stage 1 in the entire game, which I hadn't connected the dots of until I saw it just now played. We also do see the Celios network be played. We do see the Melodic so that we can get that going. Only want to use the Melodic, though, when we want something from the discard, which at the moment is not right now. Okay, we are seeing it though. When you play this Pokemon from your hand, you may put a card from your discard pile into your deck. What's it going to be? It's another Dive Ball. Ooh, yes, of course, we can Dive Ball for the Lapras. We can use Lapras's support navigation to search up a supporter card for next turn. That's an excellent decision. As long as it's in the deck. Could be in the prizes. We don't actually know that. The Life Explosion is happening. 2 stage 2s from the deck directly onto the bench here. Has to be Rillaboom for the energy acceleration. Got to be Pidgeot here, right? Yes, yes. We need the quick search to search up any one card. It's just too powerful of an engine. This is a slightly slower start here from Michael. This is Hal's opportunity to jump on and apply some pressure. The unfortunate part of this, though, is that we don't have much going. There's no draw support in Hal's hand. We have a Versus Seeker into 0 supporters in the discard. Have to promote Pikachu and actually use Happy Delivery. Searching the deck for an item card, revealing it, and then putting it into the hand. A really unfortunate start here. We're going to have to see Quick Ball here from Happy Delivery to get out either the Shaymin EX, the Stellar Guidance Jirachi, or the Uxie for setup. But again, that's all next turn. Slow going here, but no choice. Was dealt a poor hand here is Hal. Jumping over to Michael, we do see the Dive Ball. I'm expecting, this time, of course, with the quick search online, we don't need to use Lapras. We've got Quick Shooting Inteleon, hitting the table, can start applying pressure passively, which is amazing. And I guess we'll see where this voltage beat is going to go. I wonder if he's gonna, yep, here comes the voltage beat. Is it going to go to Celebi? No, just goes to itself. It looks like Michael planning on a similar strategy to last time, where we may be evolving into that Vileplume GX, which is the main attacker of the deck. Here comes the quick search. It's a Marnie. Oof, hand disruption. In this case is going to, while it does disrupt that quick ball game plan that Hal had, it does refresh their hand, which is, you know, exactly what they need in this moment. So the Marnie is not the worst thing for Hal, Michael's opponent in this case. Netball played, Viridian Forest online, and there's the Marnie 0 card hand into the Marnie. This is good and bad. If Hal can draw into a fire hand, then we are in a good spot. Okay, okay, there's some stuff going on here. We do have the Manectric, which was pivotal in the last game. It's going to be, yeah, that Manectric could do 30 damage to 4 of the Pokemon on Michael's side. And we also have Ampharos, conductivity ability. Whenever your opponent attaches an energy card from his or her hand to one of his or her Pokemon, put 1 damage counter on that Pokemon. Excellent to get damage counters spread so that Jolteon VMAX and these other powerful attackers like Luxray can do the, you know, the max damage. But it is a stage 2. We do see the evolution into Manectric. We could see the Power Wave come out this turn. And I like that we have an Energy Connect. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a basic energy attached to one of your Pokemon to your active Pokemon. We do have an Electros ready to go as well. Again, a stage 2, so it is going to take some time to get up there. We also have Electric Cannon on that Electros. You may discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, it does 50 more. So just hitting for 80 at this time. Here comes the end. Don't need those stage 2s. We're looking for a stage 1, stage 2, and then probably the GXs that are in Hal's deck. Raichu GX, Jolteon GX, and then eventually Jolteon V Max. Okay, we do see the Power Wave come out. This is 30 damage to all Pokemon on Michael's side of the field that have abilities, which is all 5 of his bench sitters. This is an excellent spread. Unfortunately, if Vileplume comes down here, all that damage is gone, which is certainly not what you want to see if you are Hal. They also have Boss's Orders for next turn. Battle Reporter can actually help draw a good amount as well if Michael's hand size is large. But here we go. It's Michael's turn. He's starting off with the voltage beat. Where is the energy going to go? Two Inteleon. Yep. Just getting an alternate attacker sort of powered up here. Weak to lightning. Probably not an attacker that Michael wants to use here. But the fact of the matter is that Michael does not need more than 2 grass energy on this Rillaboom to start hitting hard with Vileplume GX. In the hand, though, no way to find that. We may have to see the quick search ability on the Pidgeot to come out. Pidgeot? We may need to see that come out to actually grab the Vileplume GX. We do have the Scoop Up Net, which scooping up the Credilli is an option here. Just a switch instead. Sounds good. Bringing in the Inteleon to actually take the knockout? No, it won't take the knockout. We don't have Incineroar amping up the damage here. The Scoop Up Net on Celebi. Okay. Quick shooting. Of course, with quick shooting, the math adds up. 90 HP Manectric is going to get taken out with Waterfall and quick shooting. Okay, that tracks. That's first blood. Prize card taken for Michael here. It is the Lapras. Aha! That may have been why we didn't see it earlier in the match. Jumping over to Hal, they do have the double rainbow energy, but they don't have much else. We've got an energy, the muscle band, but where are stage ones? The Zebstrika, the Flaffy even, you know, any of these guys that could get things going, be the stepping stones for the stage, powerful stage 2s and GXs in Hal's deck. We just don't see them at this time. Attachment to Dedenne with the muscle band. The damage is pretty good here. The damage is going to be enough, it looks like. Now we do get to draw cards, drawing 4 cards with Battle Reporter, which is huge. Okay, now we're seeing some heat. We do have the computer search. We do have a stage 2 poised for later. This energy short attack is going to do 20 times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon, so that's 40 plus an additional 20 with Muscle Band for a total of 60 times 2 because of weakness on Inteleon, which will be enough to knock it out. It already has 30 damage on it. Wow, Sam hitting me with the message. I just saw a glimpse of it, and it was giving me a compliment. I am touched. Thank you, Sam. Pachirisu's hitting the bench now. Self-generation's ability is huge. 2 energy straight from the hand onto that Pachirisu. It's now pretty poised to become an attacker later in the game. Okay, we see the discard for the Cheryl. The computer search is gonna, oh, no, maybe not. Having some second thoughts here. These are some important turns. Things could really change very quickly here. I think we are going to see the computer search. Cheryl, and this is a difficult discard here, for sure. Is it the double rainbow? No, it's the Ampharos, okay? Ampharos, Cheryl hitting the bin, computer search for any 1 card. Interested to see what this is going to be here. We could see an evolution to a stage 1 here, onto something like the Dedenne. But I would honestly expect it to go elsewhere. I think Dedenne's attack here in energy short is a great way to just knock out the Inteleon and not commit that many more evolutionary resources to this active spot, because we're expecting it to get knocked out next turn by Michael's pretty gassed up board. Computer search for Uxie, getting our draw on. This is a great call. We do see a discard of that energy. And here comes the setup. Drawing a full 5, right? Yeah, draw until you have 7 cards in hand when you play Uxie from your hand to the bench. Okay. Boss for next turn. Acerola. We've got stuff here. Actually, boss could even be used as soon as this turn, I think. I'm not sure if support has actually been used. And there's the knockout. Hal takes the prize. We have the Pokemon communication in hand. We also have a great catcher, which is an excellent card for picking off any GX or EX Pokemon. It is tied 5-5 now in prizes. Only GX Pokemon in Michael's deck, though, is the Vileplume with that beefy 240 HP. There needs to be a way for Hal to beat that down, but I guess we're going to have to see how that goes. Michael begins the turn. You see that Pidgeot promoted, as we talked about in Game 1. Chikorita gets discarded for Viridian Forest so that we can get any energy, any 1 basic energy from the discard into the hand. This is an excellent supporter card that can be used every turn, once a turn by each player. And that was what we saw at the end of Hal's turn last time, when we saw this double rainbow energy hit the bin and the electric come to hand. Now we're seeing the quick search. What will Michael choose? It looks like it's Gladion with the Lapras. Or Gladion possibly with the quick search. Lapras now comes down from hand. That's right, it was in hand. Lapras comes down, and we're looking for an additional supporter, Cynthia. Okay. Okay, the voltage beat. Where are these going to go? To the Lapras. There's potential for Inteleon to come back and play here, so that makes sense to me. Gladion. Okay. Ooh. Was Vileplume GX in the prizes? That could be why we didn't see it, not last turn, but the turn before. Let's see. We know Lapras was there. Aha. So, Vileplume was actually prized. Needed to get the Gladion out of the deck with Quick Search in order to get this Vileplume online, healing everything up and swinging the Vileplume again. The main attacker of the deck, that 180 damage for 2 energy, if Vileplume is undamaged, is massive. We're seeing the healing. We're seeing that flower garden, fragrant flower garden from Vileplume. Everyone's healed up. The retreat from Pidgeot into the Vileplume for an easy knockout here on the Dedenne. Michael's hand is not gas. There's not a whole lot going on here, but the fact of the matter is that his setup is complete, right? He has the quick search, he has the Vileplume online with enough energy to support itself, and the Reuniclus to continue to move the damage counters distributed amongst the benched Pokemon, and then eliminate all damage on the entire field with the amazing Fragrant Flower Garden. Michael goes up by 1 prize, 4-5. Hal begins the turn. Pokemon Center Lady off the top. Not a lot of help there. Let's see what can be done. At this point, there are some options in terms of game plan. From Hal's side of things, there needs to be a way to put an end to the Reuniclus. It is caught. Yep, we see a boss. You know, it could be Reuniclus here. It could be Pidgeot. Something that we were trying to knock out in one hit here. Boss's orders correctly moved to the lost zone by Hal. That's a heads up play. Thank you, John. Thank you, John, for letting us know that that was a huge mistake that we made last game. Everyone is given 1 boss's orders during this cube construction phase, deck construction phase. However, when the boss's orders is used, it must hit the lost zone instead of the discard. Bringing up the Purugly. Okay. It looks like we're trying to... It does have 3 retreat cost. Possibly trying to force a little bit of a stall here is Hal's thinking. Trying to get their board state a little more juiced. And that is indeed what it looks like has happened. We're in top deck mode for Hal. Excuse me, the Pokemon communication is not... there's no Pokemon in hand to get rid of. There's no way for us to evolve the board state. Yeah, we're looking for those stage 1s, those stage 2s, but it's just not happening yet. And unfortunately for Hal, Michael did have the evolution from this Purugly with 3 retreat cost. Quite an upgrade to Porygon 2 with a great ability and just 1 retreat cost. So Michael's now back in the driver's seat. The energy's on this Porygon. He can freely retreat into his attacker once again and continue to take prize cards. We see Clara come out, putting up to 2 Pokemon from the discard pile into the hand, and up to 2 energies from the discard pile also into the hand. He's grabbing the components for this exact same quick shooting Inteleon that we saw earlier. I expect the Melodic Evolution, which allows him to grab another card from the discard, and just the loop here is strong in Michael's deck. he's able to sort of just grab whatever he needs turn after turn. If he's not grabbing it from the deck, he's grabbing it from the discard. We do have the retreat, discarding that grass on Porygon 2. We do bring up Volaplume for another clean knockout. 3 prize cards stand between Michael and another championship. Uxie is promoted. We drew into the Jolteon VMAX, but it's far too late. We can Pokemon Communication, but it would certainly be possibly all for naught. Here goes Michael. Looks like his turn. The turn was passed by Hal. Michael takes the wheel again. They've got the air balloon. They're searching for a card. It's the Celebi, the Greninja. Got another knockout. 2 prize cards to go. Here's the Pokecom. Aha. That Rockets admin off the top is huge. There is some potential here. Pidgeot will be able to bail a little bit. Grabbing the Flaffy. Dynamotor. Here comes the Rockets admin. Both players shuffle up. Hal's going to draw 5. Michael just 2. Okay. These draws from Hal are, again, not the best. Not the best. We just need a stage 2 here to bridge the gap between the Raichu GX or the Jolteon GX on top of this stage 1 Flaffy. Right now, there's not much that Hal can do. They can attack. They can put all energy cards to Pachirisu into the Lost Zone, do 50, but it simply won't make a dent in this ultra beefy, ultra healy, fragrant flower garden Vileplume. Michael's taking the reins in the turn here. Not yet, actually. I think that was just him drawing off the Rockets admin. Still Hal's turn. They're thinking about what kind of possible plays, what plays are possible here. Not a whole lot. Couple of strings of bad draws, and there is the GG. GGWP from both players in this finals match. Let's go ahead and jump over and talk to them both. Get a little bit of a recap of what happened, but alright, let's do that right now. Hello. GG's.
How was your cast? How did you feel dead in the water without Bowman by your side?
A little bit, for sure, but it was pretty fun. I mean, watching the games are fun even without having to talk through it, so I was able to notice more things having been forced to talk through it the whole time. But those were a couple of good games, for sure. Unfortunate draws in the second game for Hal. Yeah, but this crazy engine is truly crazy. With the damage swap, fragrant flower garden, yeah, it's the loop was insane.
The Avengers.
Yep, the Avengers
Yeah.
did assemble both times.
Yeah, we were talking about it. It is pretty dumb if Vileplume and Reanimus get out. So if that was unfun or silly for anyone who played against it, I get it. But that doesn't always happen. So there were some really stressful games to get it out there.
For sure.
But yeah, I love the Avengers. They all, we all know who's the brains, who's the brawn. Ray Dilly's Captain America.
Speaking of brains, I was really hoping we would see dual brains Magnezone, but we didn't. Unfortunate.
Oh, I love that card.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of good Pokemon in my deck that just never saw
Didn't see him.
honestly any play the entire season.
Oh, really? Was that one of them?
Yep, dual brains.
I only got out Dual Brains like for 2 out of all of my games, but I've never been able to play any of the Ampharos.
Oh, dang.
two stage 2 Amphiroses, both with cool abilities too. That they got the game plan going for the Jolteon VMAX and for the Luxray's second attack.
Oh, the VMAX, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've only
cut
been able
my.
to get the VMAX a couple. I've gotten the VMAX out more than I've gotten the Ampharos out.
Mm.
I don't have enough stage ones, I think.
Mm.
Sure. I've had a Greedent VMAX that I cut. It was for. So I'd play Silvally GX on top of Pidgeot, then Greedent VMAX. It took two
Extra prizes. Ooh.
if he knocked out with that one attack. It was so fun. I think I did it against Seth or John when we were testing, which was for the win, which was fun. But I figured this is like an Exodia comp, so I should prioritize at all costs getting out the Vileplume Reuniclus Cradily shenanigans, so I cut the Greedent stuff for grass basics.
You probably, yeah, probably the right call, but less hype.
Less cool.
No, this is still a very cool board state. You can't look at your board state with all these stage 2s and be mad at all in terms of like cool factor. I have gotten confirmation from Seth that we should just play this bonus video at the end to end things off, but is there anything else you guys want to add?
That's about it. I'm excited for the next season. So.
Same.
Yeah, same. I love Pokemon, and now I'm worried that after just talking about how this was a potentially silly, unfun deck, that Seth is gonna glorify it in some fashion.
I mean, he had no way to know that. I'm not sure. I don't know what he's doing here, but we're gonna watch.
Let's
Yeah,
roll
low
it. I
fat
got.
bones that make us know he's really loves Life Explosion.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Maybe he said he was gonna watch. We'll have to show him the VOD.
Oh yeah. Okay. Quick
All right.
download.
I'm gonna unmute the stream and mute myself. I guess.
All right, and I'll play this bad boy.
It's weird to hear Ian twice.
Okay, here we are. This will be the last thing we do for the stream here. It was a pleasure.
It was so much.
Yeah, I think that's second one. Relican. Nice. Third one is bonkers. Oh! Ooh, Gorbis is a good guess. Wow. I'm shocked.
Oh wait, were those all Whalmer, or was
I think they might have all been Welmer.
what?
Wait, what?
Wow. From different gens, probably? That's incredible. Damn. We'll have to get confirmation, but that was sick.
Oh.
Dang. Okay, I love that. Let's
I
do
felt,
10 more of
yeah,
those.
I felt the ASMR.
They all had different tone in the different games.
Yeah, those were like markedly different. Right.
Do that all night. Send us 10 more, please.
Please. Damn, that was excellent. I'm glad we added that at the end, for sure.
I am too. What was he talking about? That's not what I expected, but okay.
Okay.
Why did that matter?
Right, yeah, it just didn't. I guess it was just a bonus in general. I loved it.
Oh,
I loved it.
nice. Okay. It was a bonus for all of us.
Right.
Because we got to listen to it.
Well, that was
All
great.
Whalmer, confirmed by Seth.
Awesome.
By John in the chat.
Damn.
No one
Oops,
got that
all
one
Whalmers.
right.
Yeah. That's who the prize should have gone to. Whoever got that right.
Well,
I can see.
Whoever gets Whalmer.
I can see Hal's deck on the side. He's
Yeah.
roll.
I'm gonna end the stream here. It has been an absolute pleasure.
All right.
See you later.
Shout out John Wiggins in the chat. We love you.
Shout out to John. Shout out to